2019
It's almost done.
Grimes.
Almost over.
Grims. Shout out Grimes. Shout out Elon Musk.
Oh, make
going
babies.
on?
Make babies, please.
Make some pretty babies.
End of a decade is what everyone's hashtagging.
So does the decade start now, like when it clicks over to 2020?
Well,
Or does it start when it's like 2021?
hey, I heard some people counting down to Christmas, and they were 6 minutes too early because they weren't on Apple time.
What do you mean? What?
You know when people do a countdown?
Yeah.
You know, there's always go a countdown to New Year. Unless everyone's phone is synced to the exact same time, no one really knows when that fucking second clicks over.
Yeah, but isn't it all off one global time database thing?
Well, these people got Christmas wrong by fucking 6 minutes.
Man, what if you could change the time? Like if you could add half a second, because it's all digital, right?
Yeah.
You could like,
Well, I mean,
I fuck some shit up, right?
I argue that, well, yes, we're going into the year 2020 on the 1st of January at exactly 0000 on 24-hour clock if you use a Gregorian calendar.
Yeah.
If you use a Gregorian calendar and you accept the days and months and star signs as they are.
Yeah.
Hey, I could change my my calendar on my phone to Hebrew calendar, whereas currently the year 2156 or something like that. I'd rather live in the future.
And what's the real fucking year?
No one knows.
How long have we really been around?
Hey, we add an extra day every 4 years to make up for that miscalculation.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. What a year. How's the year been for you?
Started off fucking shit.
Yeah? Why?
It started fucking terrible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to go into it.
Well, I can.
Yeah, okay.
I was seeing someone at the start of the year, and it ended pretty fucking terribly and badly, and destroyed me so fucking much. And I spent like the rest of the year just in a hole. But the funny thing is, like, I barely even remember being in that hole now. It's kind of weird, like it was a dream. Like a weird dream hole. Yeah.
Well, they say that people, you dissociate from traumatic events.
Yeah.
And I find that with myself as well. Like, I try and remember the details of, times when bad shit's happened to me. I can't, it seems blocked out. I remember all my happy times.
Well, it's that whole thing, like,
not the bad times.
If you ignore something, it'll go away. And everyone gave me that whole spiel, give it time. Give it time and you'll get over it. Like, well, okay, obviously, yeah, it worked. I got over it. But there was a good chunk of the start of the year where I didn't want to get over it. Yeah. Where I didn't want to let go and say goodbye, but time got the better, I guess.
Yeah, I think enough time just has to pass, I think. And I think you don't really, the pain doesn't go away, but you learn to deal with it better. You know what I mean? Yeah. As time goes by. That's deep.
So that was the start of my year.
I was going to say, like, just do what everyone else is doing, and that's just medicate with alcohol. That's what everyone's fucking doing.
Hey, well, I'm fucking medicating with medication now. Fucking doctors. But anyway, that's another story.
Just by the way, I have changed my white shirt in the last 3 episodes. It has been washed.
Do you have as many white shirts as I do black shirts? Like just a wardrobe of just like...
This is the same white shirt, but it has been washed. But I didn't plan on wearing a white shirt 3 episodes in a row. I just realized that, but not that it fucking matters. Who cares?
Yeah, so how did you start your year? I don't even remember where you were on starting last year.
The start of last year?
Well, for New Year's.
For New Year's? No, I was around here. I didn't go away or anything. I was around here. I think I went to the frickin' Roseman or something. Something really...
yeah. But we didn't spend New Year's together.
I don't think we did, no.
That was like...
But New Year's in general...
First time.
People don't really... What do people do now? I know young kids are like getting pissed and shit.
Everyone just gets really drunk and...
Yeah, like house parties. That's but I don't go to that shit anymore. Yeah.
No, well, honestly, I prefer a house party over going into a venue.
That's true.
Paying money and then
spending like $100.
Yeah, I'd rather show up to someone's house where it's kind of relatively safer with the alcohol that I chose to drink for that night. And be done with it. Yeah. And then when I run out, drink other people's alcohol. Like, that's what New Year's is about.
Now, look, like a lot of shit happened this year as well. What was one key thing that happened?
Okay, well, yeah.
What for you that really resonated?
Okay, so it was because I work away sort of at the start of every year. So I was actually away at work. The one morning we woke up really early, getting ready for work, having breakfast and stuff, turn on the TV, and old Julian Assange walks out of the Ecuadorian embassy in London and gets fucking arrested.
Yeah.
We were just like, what?
UK must resist. Hey, but in the previous episode, I said that you cannot resist, right? When it was getting dragged away. Yeah. I think it sounds a lot more like UK
must resist. Yeah. We listened back to it and it sounds like UK must resist.
Yep.
So I don't know why he cares so much about the UK.
Yeah.
Why he's trying to tell the UK to do something while they're fucking arresting him and now have him locked up in fucking solitary or some shit like that. Yeah, and like his health is on the decline. Yeah. A bunch of doctors signed the petition, but we did a whole sessions on Assange. But that thing that was early on in the year, and I just remember like shit, because I'd almost kind of forgotten about it. Yeah, because he'd been inside there for 7 fucking years. Yeah, it kind of just people didn't really people knew it was happening, kinda, but the interest in it really waned. Like people just Also, like this year, I've found that people are more emotional and also by that same token irrational than ever. People are really basing their compass on emotion now, I find. Do you know what I mean? Like people, when people disagree with something, either politically, there's a trigger that's happening, I find. People are getting really triggered now. Well, you know? How many hashtag pray for whatever was there this year? We should look that up. A lot, yeah. There's a lot of hashtag. There's been a lot of shootings. There's been shootings. Yeah. That Notre Dame fire was last year, but there was another fire. There's been fires through South America. Australia, half of Australia, the east coast of Australia is on fire. On fire, yeah. The Amazon. Yeah, that's one. And so, there's always hashtag for climate change. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't say that with a straight face. How dare you? How dare you? The hashtag man-made climate change. Come on, get it right, people. There's a difference. Yeah, there is a fucking difference. It's called geoengineering. Yes. Yeah. But just a lot of crazy shit. But like I said, I'm not saying that being passionate is bad, but I feel like a lot of it is being... a lot of people are being manipulated more than ever right now, I think. There's so much deception, manipulation, purposely getting people emotional, and there's just always a fucking cause attached to everything now. Everything's a statement, everything's a cause for something. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but when... I find it fishy when corporations get behind causes, because when the fuck did they ever care? And I would love to think that they care, but I don't think they do. So I blame 5G. The frequency. I blame the 5G frequencies. Not just the frequency. Okay, so I'm gonna take my tinfoil hat off for a second, but taking it off. It has to stay on, bro. Well, it's mentally still on there. It's implanted in my head. Yeah. But the 5G, let's call it a fiasco, like the 5G, not nostalgia, the 5G hype. Hysteria. The hysteria, that's the word I'm looking for, the hysteria over 5G. Yeah. It's like, shit goes faster. We're going to have wicked speeds. We're going to have awesome internet connection. I'd be happy with a fucking 3G at my house, but 5G is crazy, crazy good, crazy this, 5G phones, 5G fucking chipsets, all that sort of stuff. And then you got the other side going, well, 5G is also burning fucking radiation through the fucking roof, which is actually going off the beyond the recommended, or not even like the maximum allowance.
Yeah.
In terms of what's it like? Not straight radiation.
Well, like the SAR radiation, yeah. And a lot of people, there's obviously a difference between ionizing radiation and non-ionizing. So a lot of people argue, look, this is not the type of radiation that creates any any kind of harm. But this is a frequency that's beyond.
Yes, it's got nothing to do with radiation. We're not talking about some uranium chemical that's penetrating your body. We're talking about actual frequency. Frequency. Now, we know a lot of musos. Tinnitus. We all know what tinnitus is.
Yeah.
Everyone's gone out, had a big night, and they have that ringing in their ears, right? That ringing that is audible is fucking annoying as fuck, right? Now, what if you raise that pitch to a level so high that you couldn't actually hear it? You couldn't physically hear it, but it's in your head.
Yeah.
It is in your head.
Yeah.
That's what fucking 5G, that's what fucking these digital frequencies are.
Yeah.
You know, we're not talking about some physical particle element penetrating your skin. You know, we're talking about actual waves, actual frequency waves that are
hitting your body all the time.
Yes.
Just hitting your body all the time.
No, we can't hear it because
we can't hear it. Yeah,
we can't hear it. The frequency is so high.
Well, that's the thing, because 5G is allegedly on the light frequency.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You turn the frequency up so high that
it becomes a light.
That the waves move so fast that they actually almost in a solid state that they create fucking it's light.
and he, like, speaking of Grimes and Elon, here's old mate Elon launching Starlink, which is beaming down a frequency to Earth. Like, I really want to believe it's so that, like, Somalian kids can hop on Instagram.
Yeah,
but it's not. I think it's really about
not yet
frequency.
Well, maybe in the future when we're all conditioned, we're all under the mind control. Of this frequency, that we all just jump in line and we're all good people. And
already working.
We all obey.
Just go to any shopping mall. It's already working. Yeah. People are under mind control.
Yeah.
100 fucking
14.4 gigahertz.
Yeah.
Gigahertz we're talking. We're talking about so fucking high frequency.
You don't even... But what is that doing to us on a molecular level?
Yes. What is that doing to
on a mental level?
Our brainwaves, yes.
On a spiritual level. Like, all of those levels, what is that frequency doing?
Nah, that's fucking crackpot shit. That's fucking... That was millennium bug stereo. That's Y2K.
Just really quickly, you saw Starlink down south, right?
And with my own eyes.
Yeah, so you walked out onto the beach. You walked out onto the beach and you saw the trail.
Not a trail.
No?
Every single satellite.
Okay.
At the same time, when it got to... We saw the first one, then the second one, so they're all traveling till the entire arc of the fucking sky was just a dot of just... And you see ones on the side, some of them... Because they launched 60 of them. 57 of them, they got communication with... I think a couple of them, they lost communication or something, but they still float. So you can actually see these ones sort of float alongside. Yeah. So they're out of formation. I don't know what they're going to do with them. But just this trail of all these satellites just in a line going over the fucking sky.
Yeah.
And that's only 60.
Yep.
And they've been approved for 14,000. 14,000 satellites.
Which brings me to the article that you sent me, which raised a very, a point that I never thought about, like the visual pollution, the fact that our night sky, even though it's not, it's not going to be visible all the time, but the fact that there's going to be floating things regularly just crossing the sky.
These things are going to be 300 kilometers above the fucking planet.
Yeah.
That's like from here to fucking Bunbury, Bustleton, away. Yeah. Just hovering above the... so that's about 7,000. 7,000 of those satellites are going to be on the lower orbit constellation.
Yeah.
The other one's going to be about 500k higher. And they can actually change their altitude. They can move them closer and further away from the planet.
That's freaky, yeah.
But yeah, we're going to have these up from between 7 to 14,000 satellites hovering above the Earth, pulsing 14.4 gigahertz radio frequencies onto the planet, so kids in Somalia can Instagram their hashtag no pants.
Hashtag no pants. What? Yeah, no, what's that going to do, though? This is the thing that I brought up, like, even with the past guests, right? Like, the lack of any kind of ethics with technology. People are running headfirst off the cliff, just going more, faster, more. And no one's going, like, what are we doing?
Well, no, okay.
Like, what are we doing to our bodies? What are we doing to our brains? Like,
oh, yeah, no one cares about that.
Yeah, okay.
No one cares about that because people can run a business. People can have a career off a mobile phone.
Yeah.
People can make a living from a mobile phone. That's the age we're living in. Not just phones, would be tablets. I'm not going to say laptops because laptops have been around for years, but the mobility of a device, and I use that term device the same way Steve Jobs did in 2007 when he released the first iPhone 3 as a device and not a smartphone. And now it's a smartphone. No, it's not. It's not a phone. Who buys a $2,000 fucking phone to make a phone call? Nah, it's not a fucking smartphone. It's a device. But the technology and the power in these devices now, where people can make a living just off having a device like that. So then when you can turn around and offer those people better speeds or better technology, more convenience, they're just going to lap it up. Because they don't have to rock up to work with their steel cap boots and get fucking their fingers cut. That's what I did this year. I split my thumb open with an angle grinder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking right through the thing and split up like a thing. I
don't know why I laugh, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're also thinking differently now. Like with our train of thought is so fleeting. It's so quick
and
now,
okay, and I don't we make the joke that we're old. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we are old.
I know you're fucking old.
Oh, shut up.
No, you're not.
But no, so we were born in the 80s.
Yeah.
We've lived through 3 decades already. Okay. We lived before real mobile phones existed.
Yeah.
We were born before the internet was a thing. We grew up through the end of the 80s, through the 90s, into the noughties. We watched the dawn of this technology. We've watched this technology progress. I just don't care about what these fucking millennial kids nowadays do because they were born into a time they don't know anything before then, okay? They are born, kids now, some of the first things they see when they're born is a fucking screen, an iPad, a phone, something. They're just born into this frequency, this shit, this Wi-Fi. They're born into Wi-Fi.
Screaming colours at their face.
Yes, yeah.
Just like, yeah.
I start to get a bit more of a feel about the way, say, our parents and our grandparents kind of look at things.
Yeah.
They almost as if they saw this shit coming. We always told, that whole keep 30 centimeters away from the TV screens and all this sort of stuff.
They've probably had a fucking point.
Like they knew, like they saw it because before then.
The frequency is affecting
because that shit, like this, they didn't have this stuff when they were our age. And then our grandparents before them probably a whole another thing.
Just really quickly, do you remember that US patent that I kept posting about? The US patent about controlling or stimulating the brain through TV screens?
Yes.
I mean, this shit has been around. This was like, that's a 20-year-old patent.
They made countless movies about that. The main one being Batman Forever. With Jim Carrey as a Riddler. Remember? And he's got the TV. And they everyone gets that set-top set-top box.
Yep.
That's fucking mind control. And Batman and Chris O'Donnell. Like, it was Val Kilmer was Batman.
Yeah.
And Chris O'Donnell was Robin.
I'm gonna watch that again.
Yes, and Jim Carrey as the fucking Riddler.
Oh my god! And he's like doing pelvic thrusts and shit with that big green bodysuit, right? Yes. Oh my god!
That's a whole fuck. That entire movie was about fucking technology mind control.
Yeah. But like a benevolent force going. Let's just turn the shit on and
Okay, and now this is where I flip it and go, well, whether it's a orchestrated path or a natural path, it's happening. Okay, we can't stem away from the fact that that's happening. Starlink, we talk about this satellite constellation pulsing down frequencies in the sky. It's there. It was April, May this year.
May.
That they launched the first 60 satellites. November this year, they launched another 60. That shit is in the sky.
It's real.
It is real.
Not a theory.
Not a theory. It's fucking there.
There's shit above you that you don't know. There's no accountability up there.
Yeah. I mean,
the public do not know what's happening above their own heads.
I didn't agree to it. The FCC agreed to it.
Nobody consented to this shit.
I didn't agree to it.
Did they ask everyone on Earth, like, hey, are you okay with like thousands of this shit flying above you? Like, no, like, this is what I mean. There's no consent. There's no ethics. But
it's because
but then people turn around and go, look, dude, like, you're slowing down progress, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, but
we need to speed up the stock exchange.
Yeah, so people can like jerk off to Pornhub a little bit quicker.
Really? You can do that?
Holy shit, dude. The Hong Kong shit, that blew my mind. Just the sheer scale of the protest.
That shit
is nothing that any of us would have experienced.
It's still going, isn't it?
It's still kind of going.
It's still going. But that shit got so crazy.
And it's
so fucking crazy.
March, it officially kicked off in March. And yeah, still kind of going, but the amount of people, 2 deaths. So apparently some of the riot police were inserting live rounds and shooting people.
Yeah.
But also, look, I'm not going to pick a side. I'm not going to try and say I know a lot about it.
Okay,
but
I don't know that much about Chinese culture or the whole, like, essentially where China is on a map. I don't know. I know what China is.
Yeah, you do.
But there's apparently a big difference between mainland Chinese and the coastal Chinese, like Shanghai being on the coast where Japan is, and then mainland China.
And funnily enough, Hong Kong is the economic kind of center of China. So
But in terms of a major difference in culture, and I suppose in terms of political stances between mainland China and Hong Kong, Shanghai, and all that. To the point, people saying that I'm pretty sure she was the lady that was like in charge, the leader of Shanghai. I don't know what they have there, but she actually had ties to mainland China. Yeah, and it was this whole thing, and they were talking. They were saying that some people that were instigating the protests were mainland Chinese people, kind of revving up these coastal Chinese people.
Yeah.
And again, as you're saying, you know, the whole CIA connection, it's like almost as if it's a psyop. Like it was a false flag.
It was instigated.
A false flag that instigated the Chinese people to start these fucking riots, which are still going on.
There is a chess game being played, but that we don't know about, basically. There's a massive chess game of power happening, and we're just caught in the middle. We have no idea what's actually happening. But it was crazy to see some of the footage of what was happening. And then also like moments of real gratitude where, you know, they would always make way for ambulance, and if someone was hurt, they were helping people.
Yeah.
And like a lot of it you see like they were kind of defending, you know, they were standing their ground a little bit against the police, and it was really kind of like really brought a tear to my eye, like kind of seeing them.
I brought up an article tonight while I was there. Something about in Hong Kong, they wanted people to essentially stop calling them the riots and call them demonstrations. Yeah. Because to them, that's what they're doing. Mm. They're trying to get a voice out. They're trying to be heard. And the fact that all that shit goes to hell and fights break out, and then the media instantly calls it riots. Yeah. And they put the videos up on the news of fucking cops beating the shit out of people at the airport. I think it started around about the airport.
The airport. There was a big one, and that went viral on Instagram, the airport.
And then the people fighting back against the cops.
We got to run a little bit of that background. And that's crazy.
But and so it just got labelled as riots, Hong Kong riots. Yeah. But I read the article where some of the Hong Kong people, they're over there saying they want people to refer to it as the demonstrations and not the riots.
A protest, because they're trying to exercise their rights.
Exactly.
Yeah. But there's obviously some
that's debatable about
instigators that are
starting some shit.
Who's pulling the strings? Who's the puppet master? The biggest red pill of probably the decade, I would say. No, the past couple of years. I have to say it, Epstein's death. Because this, people that never even gave a fuck about the idea of a benevolent force out there that we can't see, that is hitting people like a mafia.
I had no idea who this person is. I'd never heard of this person before. And had no fucking clue what was going on until these rumors came out about some. There'd been hints here and there of some child pedophilia ring and something to do with elite, big business people, political figures, all
millionaires,
billionaires, all being connected to some sort of child prostitution ring. The big thing was so he got arrested, and he got arrested on those charges, and it came out that, I actually don't know the timeline. Anyway, I'll skip to the point. He was in prison. He was put on suicide watch. He was taken off suicide watch. He was alone by himself in a prison, and the guards came in and he was dead, fucking broken neck, fucking. That's it. He was dead. He hung himself. He killed himself. Other prisoners saying, well, there's no actual way that you could hang yourself in that prison cell because there's no items to do it. The ceilings aren't high enough. There's no people that have been in the prison saying there's no possible way you could kill yourself. But Epstein committed suicide inside the prison.
The cameras in the whole the whole prison complex just went down.
Cameras are gone,
which is a MO that we see all the time. The cameras seem to go out at these fucking pinnacle moments.
The flight data recorder's been turned off.
The Pentagon only has one angle of a fucking plane going into it. Yeah, bullshit, right? So the info that he had was obviously worth killing for, because he apparently had ties to all these fucking celebrities, musicians. Prince Andrew came out. A lot of people coming out now about Prince Andrew.
A lot of people that would not want their names put out there. Clinton.
All of these connections happen. People start freaking out. All of these photos start coming out of all these tech giants. Bill Gates having flown that. Bill Clinton flying there 26 times.
This is where shit got a bit weird for me.
Yeah,
it wasn't long after that that Epstein didn't kill himself. 60 Minutes started running these documentaries on this Jeffrey Epstein and his pedophile island. I've got a magazine, one of the Time magazines here, the 2019 Time magazine, has got a whole article on Epstein. This shit started to come out. People are saying, putting it right fucking there, that this person was involved with this. This person was arrested for these reasons. Okay. Now, on the other side, you've got people saying, well, this guy has been hanging out with the Clintons. They've been flying the Lolita Express all the time, hanging out. Trump, Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, Elon Musk apparently as well.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they're involved. I'm saying that he's been cited with them.
Yep.
Or like they know each other. They have met before
in that same circle, I think. Yeah. Because I think when you have that amount of money, you kind of rub shoulders around. Yeah.
But no one's sort of putting a link to say, well, hang on, if this person's been doing that, and these persons have some sort of ongoing engagement with this person, what's happening in the middle? But but that's the whole thing that happened, but at the same time, it just got wiped under the table with Trump impeachment.
Yep. I'm not going to touch that.
I'm not going to touch that.
I'm not going to touch that because, like I said at the start of the podcast, people are irrational. Yeah, like you can't actually bring shit up anymore. Yes. People just like
it's a reason to hate someone.
The amount of people that just go, I just hate him. Hate him. Why? His policies. I just don't like him.
He grabbed him by the pussy. Well,
no, I just hate him. Oh, he locks people up in cages. Yeah, do you know who built those cages? Obama built those cages. Bitch, you fucking idiot.
Fucking Obama killed more people in the first month of presidency than
Obama has been bombing Yemen. Obama set up all those drone strikes.
That's like, so 2016.
People are fucking stupid.
2019. But again, Trump is still president, so fucking suck that.
Oh my goodness.
This is going to be our last podcast.
Yeah, this is it. We're banned. We're going to be banned. Yeah. It's funny now. You can be banned just for having a fucking opinion.
Do we want to hit that?
Yeah, we should.
And YouTube, like, they're removing channels.
All of my favorite channels are gone. And all that they're guilty of is questioning things. Yeah. Going, why do we have to think?
Giving opinion, like
having the fucking opinion.
That was the whole crux of the fucking internet. It was people being allowed to have an opinion.
And the internet was built on, hey, let's share information that you cannot get anywhere else. You know what I mean? Let's actually. Now it's like
that's more the dark web, I guess. But,
well, the dark.
Thanks, CERN.
The dark web is the real internet.
Yeah, the real internet.
What we get is a fake internet.
Yeah, we get the mind-controlled.
The government approved.
We get the filtered fucking.
The government approved internet is what we get. Yeah.
Hashtag digital filter.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I think that's what I kind of was trying to say. People are basing their whole stance on everything based on their own prejudices against what.
Well, okay, but I feel like that's acceptable. Yeah. My motto has always been, the world needs to be a bit more selfish.
I see what you mean, but I think you should still have the empathy.
Oh, empathy, but
you shouldn't have to worry about what people think as well.
Yes.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah. I probably say it very harshly the way I articulate it, but that the idea that I'm saying, you spend a bit more time thinking about yourself and not about what other people want or think and shit like that. Except YouTube, because if YouTube doesn't like it, they're just going to get rid of it. If YouTube doesn't think it's acceptable on their terms and conditions, get rid of it. Which I guess is fair because they're their own entity, they're their own business. They can choose. They can choose how they run it. Fair enough.
Exactly. That's why the thing is, like, they don't actually owe us anything. We agree to be on there. Yeah. We agree every day. We give consent every day to give content.
We give them our content. They control our content. They own our content.
I'm giving everyone hours of me talking. Right. I don't think I deserve a medal for it, but, like, think of that. We give consent. Every time you make content, you give consent, right?
Yeah.
And the people that don't care about these channels going missing are people that don't have anything to fucking say.
Yeah.
Because it's the people that do create content. They're the ones that are suffering. Artists, musicians, anyone that creates content right now. There's a target on our backs.
Unless you've made some deals
with the devil,
with the fuck devil, and get a free iPhone, so you can unbox it and tell the world how cool the iPhone is.
Yeah.
Or the Samsung or a Tesla. Like, and I don't know if, when did we talk about it?
You mean like sponsored review
I'm talking about sponsored. I'm talking about these people, again, that make their career off devices, off technology.
And filming themselves.
And filming themselves doing it. You should check out my fucking unboxing. It's a fucking killer.
It's a nightmare.
But in terms of like YouTube favoring this... friendly content.
Everything's being watered down, basically.
Watered down content.
Yeah.
But anything that is outside the realm of what they consider to be acceptable for people to be able to access, just get rid of it.
Just call it hate speech.
Hate speech.
Hate speech.
Privacy.
Oh, no. You're questioning that's hate speech.
Accept the cookies and let them track the videos you're watching, and then they know if you're watching some
basically
bad shit.
Yeah, exactly. 1984's Orwell is manifest in technology, I think.
Yeah.
What was it again? Doublethink. Things like that. Love is war, war is peace. Things like that.
Yeah.
It's up is down, down is up. I think we are literally being taught the opposite of what we need to be told.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's that. I think it's more just, I hope people are taking notice of this, what I want to call aggressive tackling of information. What seems to be, and especially towards the end of the year, and we've talked about how the end of the year seems to have been going so fast and how technology is moving so quickly.
And time is speeding up.
And
how unanimously children and old adults are saying that time is speeding up.
And now you look at the way the internet, the privacy, that all this the information data stuff is just going so fast that if you're not paying attention, and if you don't give a shit, fair enough.
More power to you.
Go
have a shot. Go watch some footy. More power to you.
Because at the end of the day, if you wanted to look up a video on YouTube that said that there might not have been any planes in New York on September 11, 2001, you're not going to find it because it's not there anymore. Because YouTube has said, we don't want you to know that. We don't want you to even consider it as a thought.
Yeah.
So, and then we go and try and find the video that we watched fucking 10 years ago. It's gone. And we start thinking it's a fucking Mandela effect because what we saw is no longer there. And we start thinking to ourselves, did we actually see it? Like, was that a real thing, or did we just imagine? And then you question your own memory, right? Yeah, but it doesn't matter because I've got fucking 5G fucking gigahertz pumping into my brain, and I've got $5 pints over the road that it doesn't fucking matter anymore.
Just drink your pain away, bro.
Drink your pain away.
Everyone else is doing it.
Line up for your free vaccines that now cost $20.
Otherwise, we won't employ you.
They now cost $20. So if you missed your free vaccine, sorry.
You should Google a Seattle company in America that will not employ people if they don't get vaccinated. And if you think that's a good idea, you're a fucking idiot.
But okay.
Because it's about the choice. It's not about. It's about the choice. It's about
but again,
the consent.
Let's talk about. We go.
No. Too deep.
There's some vaccines. Okay, you have to research.
I'm not against vaccines.
What vaccines do you need?
Yes.
What vaccines do you want? What vaccines are required? There's a whole difference.
Different spectrum.
There's a whole difference.
I am not against vaccines. I am against any sort of mandatory type of rollout where it's like, you don't even have a choice. You're getting this.
But at the same time...
Because you don't know what you're consenting to. You don't know what you're putting in your body. Does anyone grab the vial?
I was going to say.
Does anyone grab the vial and read that shit?
I'm down, Darrell.
No, because I'm getting mad because people...
but like I was going to say, if you line up for a vaccine and you don't actually ask what's in it or what it's going to do... But again, this is my argument is, are we going to know?
Yeah, we're not.
Are we ever gonna know what's in it?
But the amount of people that just go like this, and they just go, huh? And
inject this liquid into my body. It could be fucking water.
The amount
we know.
The amount of trust people have is their ability to just question what's happening. It's fucking gone.
Yeah.
It's totally gone.
So it's not about being anti-vax. It's about being fucking aware.
No, it's about being
fucks.
It's about being pro-choice. No, it's about the choice. It's about the consent. We never give consent for half of the things that occur. Every day. Well, we don't actually give consent.
But
or do we?
But lies. There's lies. We know that there's John Mad told us that there's deception in the world. Pfizer company could tell us in this little vial that we're about to inject in your arm is A, B, and C, and we go, okay,
cool, stick it in. But you know,
but we didn't tell you about X, Y, and Z.
Yeah. I mean, but by that same token, you could argue, look, we put shit into our bodies all the time. We buy supermarket vegetables. God knows what's in anything that we eat.
Well, that's the thing. We have
water that we drink.
We have to put so much trust in other people
that we're getting.
Is fucking scary. It is so fucking scary.
2019.
The end of a decade. So, nah.
Okay. Just quickly, if we don't get banned. I want to say shout out to everyone that's helped this shit work.
Yes.
Like, if you've been a guest, heck, if you've listened to like 10 seconds, if I know you personally, if we know you personally, this is really fun for us. This is really
also
fun.
Really fucking annoying sometimes as well, and really time consuming.
We don't get we don't get anything for this. We just give it. I understand that
this is our own therapy.
It is our own therapy. Yeah, I need to do this, but yeah, I'm just stoked. Anyone that has come on, I thank you. I thank you, Johnny. I think. How many other people do we need to think? I don't want to start naming people, but
we name the guests. We name the people that have helped us in behind the scenes in any way.
In any way,
we help. Hey, I've run into people that have said good things about the podcast, and that shit means heaps.
Yes,
that's fucking nice to hear.
Because I get a lot of stuff in person. I don't base anything off social media. In fact, I want to get off it. But
well, if anyone's noticed, we don't go on Facebook. Fuck it. No, we don't go on Facebook. Anything that gets reposted. We use our Instagram because I use Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram instantly goes to Twitter because I can't be posting shit twice, and then Twitter just goes automatically. Fucking digital automation, man. Post it once, it goes everywhere. So
everyone behind the scenes, everyone that has had to put up with it, everyone that I've hassled to come on that's been like, fuck off. Because like I don't talk to anyone, and then they go out of nowhere, I'm like, hey, do you want to come on? And I realize that's like sometimes unexpected or kind of annoying. But I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it. But I ask everyone, like, we always cast the net wide. We talk to everyone. I don't want this to be an echo chamber. I don't want to just repeat shit. I don't want to be known as a specific type of podcast.
We try to take the perspectives. We try to look at it from different angles. You and I agree on a lot of shit. You and I argue about a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And with this podcast, especially when we get guests in, we try to talk to them and see what they think about certain stuff. Just to have this perspective, this alternate ideas of something, and not just accept, well, this is what's being said there, and this is what's over that.
I also like it also proves that you can be in a room full of people that you kind of don't really agree with, but you fucking get along.
Yeah.
And you have fun.
Yes.
And people are like so like, oh, that person doesn't think this about politics. Yeah, fuck them.
Hey,
like,
didn't primary schools used to have debate teams? It wasn't that like a sport?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
What happened to that shit?
But I've had people on here that I may not agree with the shit that, and vice versa, right? Like, but that doesn't affect our ability to connect and talk and
because
empathize and be cool with each other, you know?
Because that's what it's about, taking someone else's perspective, accepting that that's what they think, putting it in contrast to what you think, and thinking then to yourself, well, okay, that sounds right. What I'm thinking could be wrong. There could be this. It's not just like, well, what you're saying is fucking wrong. I believe this. I believe that. And I know. I feel like that's what we do on the podcast. That's what we try to do. We find people, whether it's people we know or whether it's someone we reach out to because we feel like they might have something to say. At the end of the day, if you think Epstein killed himself, then don't bother coming on the show.
No. But I wanted to say our doors are always open. Anyway. You know,
absolutely.
Our doors are open to everyone that's been on, everyone that wants to come on. But
and at the same time, the doors are open, and so is the mind, because we're going into a new decade, 2020. We want to. Can we say that we want to try and make shit real? Like we want to just lay it down. And if YouTube tells us, no, we don't want your stuff, well, fuck it. We'll go find our own platform.
I really want to get on Patreon. I really want to make a little nest where
you just want to make money.
No, I don't.
You just want to make money.
Nah, a couple of $1 million would be all right.
I just want a Ferrari and a yacht. That's all.
No, I want
maybe two.
My point is, I want to get off this global corporate platform grid where literally at the drop of a hat they can just say, look, what you're doing is wrong, banned, which is happening.
Yes,
it's actually happening.
And now I'm going to drop this right now. Anyone that listens to a podcast that is made by a commercial radio station, it's not a fucking podcast, because they're running off a script. They're running under commercial license. They are bound by certain terms and conditions that they have to meet. The reason we do this podcast, the reason podcasts began, was the fact that you can sit there and say what you want, what you're thinking, and be an honest, real fucking person without anyone saying anything against it. Well, everyone's going to say something against it, but they can't stop you.
Yeah.
Well, now they can. Now they can get rid of it.
And they're doing it.
Yeah.
So, enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah. Or come find us elsewhere when we're not on YouTube.
There'll be some guerrilla radio shit. Like, man, if there's an apocalypse, we'll still be broadcasting.
Hey, if you want some real shit, if you want us to be fucking real, if you want to know what we're thinking, missionctrl.com.au. That isn't active because we can't afford it just yet. So if you want to shoot us some money, if you want to donate some to our Kickstarter, and we'll get that shit up.
That's a very valid point. Just quickly before we end, that this whole thing started because the intention was to get away from mainstream radio, where you're limited with time constraints and things that you can and can't say. That's the whole reason the podcast was born. Mm-hmm. So I really hope that whole ethos really stays with it, because you're right. Like, a lot of the podcast network is being swamped by these commercial. Oh, we'll just tape the same radio segment and then release it as a podcast. Yeah. It's not a fucking podcast. Yeah. It's not a fucking podcast.
You can't take the fucking word from us. You can't change the definition of a word.
Yeah, but you wait. Hang on. I will fight for your right to be able to release what you want. If that's what you want to release, that's amazing. But do not come in and then say, oh, but that's offensive and he should be banned, because you're fucking coming in and you're adding to the problem. Seriously.
Yeah.
The gall to come in and then water down everything else.
Yep. You don't walk into a party and tell them the music's too loud. Fucking, you don't walk into a party and tell the host that the music is too loud.
That's why Manhattan's in East Vic Park closed down. Because fuckwits move in and then they complain that the venue's loud and then the venue has to close. Anyway,
Manhattans.
we're old. Happy
2020.
2020.
Don't let the new decade get you down. Be your own person.
Woo!